What's up, guys? It's Johnny Candido of Candido Training HQ. Now today I wanted to talk about something that a lot of guys especially focus on when lifting weights, and that is to get wider. Even if you're not genetically gifted in that department, you can actually give yourself the illusion that you have broad shoulders just through lifting weights. So to look wider, you have to do two things, and that is to build up your back, and to two, build up your shoulders or your deltoids. So what I've found is there are three exercises that are the most effective for this. And as you can see here, the first exercise is the lat pull down. Now what I do differently is that you can tell that I grab a narrower grip, and that's because actually studies have shown that you don't get any more lat activation from taking an extremely wide grip. So if the back is used equally, use whatever grip gives you the most overload, which allows you to do the most weight. And I found that taking a grip that is around shoulder width allows me to use the most weight and get that strain, get that overload on my lats the most effectively. Another thing to point out is that I keep my elbows tucked as I'm doing this pull down. That is very important because a lot of people put strain on their shoulders by letting their shoulders flare out. It's kind of just like my deadlift video, where if you keep everything tight, keep everything tucked in, you'll see the best results and you'll see the least amount of strain on your shoulders, which is actually very important in the long run because all those years of lifting will add up if you use improper form. Now the second most effective exercise to make yourself look wider is the military press. Now you can see here I'm not using a tremendous amount of weight. It typically is pretty hard to use a decent amount of weight in the military press when compared to your bench press. So 135 is actually fairly challenging for me. My max is probably around 185, 190 in that range. But you see here, just make sure your shoulders don't go out too much. Make sure everything's packed in tightly and just go through the reps with solid form. And what these will do is these will really build up your deltoids better than any other movement. Because as I always say, compound movements, heavy compound movements are always the most important thing when it comes to building up any individual muscle. And now the third exercise I suggest is actually more of an isolation movement and is more for the end of the workout. So let's say what I typically do is bench, lat pull down, then I do overhead press and bicep curl. And then at the end, I'll do these, and these are lateral dumbbell raises. Now what you'll see is I'm not using that much weight at all on this. This I always stick in the 20 to 25 pound range. I don't think I'll ever do a set over 30 pounds. Sometimes I've done 30 pounds for 4 reps, but this you really have to be careful. Do not go too heavy. You just want to really feel throughout the movement, the strain on the muscle, and just go nice, slow, and controlled. Now this will really target the side of your delt, so this is really good for trying to get that wider look. It'll round off your delt, it'll cap it off. So that's it, guys. I hope this was helpful. Try these out if you haven't already incorporated them into your workout program. Not only are they important for making you look wider, but these movements are also pretty much, with the exception of the dumbbell raises, the lat pull down and the military press are already some foundation movements in any workout program. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching, guys. Peace.
There's money to be made and I'm really trying to get it. So baby, what I need you to do is you gotta